Global greetings, friends, and welcome to Let's Talk About It with Danelle Boyles. And today I am taking a moment to give you an inside look at Rehan AI Teachers Training. As a regional partner in training in the US for Rehan School, I am currently learning in the Level 1 Rehan AI Teachers Training program. I have been studying and in training with Rehmat EmpowermentWala as my instructor for about 32 days now, and that's 32 consecutive working days, not including weekends or days off or times that I have traveled, but in class instruction time with on variance about 4 to 8 tasks a day that is completed during instructional time and during outside work time outside the classroom. But many have had curiosity and wonder when I offer them a description of what I am doing, what I'm participating in, what we do in the classroom, and what my purpose for the task and the training are. And so I thought I would come and give you a little bit of an inside look. So after being welcomed into the Rehan Circle of Educational Development and Inspection, I was tasked with participating in the Rehan Teachers Training classes and workshops. Being recruited as a regional development partner, I needed to know the ins and outs and what the sole purpose and drive of Rehan School was outside of what I already knew and my existing knowledge and awareness of the class courses and schools. The ever-evolving classrooms of Rehan development are in continuous growth and expansion, especially currently. The expansion of the developmental processes of the school are in high gear right now. But the classroom of Rehan development, how it reflects, how it is involved and participated in with the lives of those who are attending. I'll be giving you a little bit of a firsthand peek of the online classroom and the dashboard of what I do as an attending participant that is going through this training. Now, keep in mind that AI is assistive, and the students and the participant is the mind that drives the car of the discovery and creation. And outside of the teachings of technology of Rehan School, they invest very much of its time encouraging students in so much more than just AI and the challenges and development of AI. Classes assist and so many more things beyond that, such as character development, social development skills, work skills, confidence building, and overall just a wellness with things like learning meditative practices, emotional and mental health, and other additional adaptive learning. I have been participating with Rehan students for many years now, having very much the delight to watch students grow from shy, underdeveloped talent into blossoming personalities that are now taking on the world. There are various options to explore when it comes to participating in an online class. Students of all ages, young and old, can enjoy long or short-term learning with Rehan programs. You can also take advantage of free week trials of learning to see if it's a good fit for you. At any point, you can reach out to anyone that's associated with the Rehan schooling to get more information, or you can reach out to me. And if you ever want to observe the happenings in the online classes, you can find many classes in session, often online. And you can find this on many of the Rehan school sites that are on Facebook, because all classes are aired live, so you can see what is happening during the actual activities and how the individual applies their own work and knowledge with assistance from instructors, and how it operates, very interwoven independently with, other students, and just how it just works very cohesively with independent learning. So with that, I am going to take you on here a little bit. I am sharing my screen with my dashboard. And I'm just going to kind of show you, because this is very similar to the students' dashboards where there are tasks. And let's see, I'm going to try and make this a little bit bigger. So whenever we first log on, it brings you to your main page of your dashboard. And it looks very similar to any other kind of class that you would take online, that you have assigned class times, schedules, tasks that you're participating in. And so, we have, this is my progress. And so as you can see, the task that I have to complete, and tasks that I have done, percentage of my course that is complete. And, there's little chat boxes and things. But I'm going to come over here and I'm going to scroll so you can see. It shows you the level of progress that I have. I am 154 tasks into my 251 that will be complete at the end of the completion of this certificate level. And so we scroll down and it shows you a day-by-day placement of the individual daily tasks that are being participated in. And these are all tasks I've already completed from the beginning. And it begins with a very immersive process of teaching you to become independent in your tasking very quickly. And as you do this, you are learning to develop your own creative senses, how to develop your sense of how to use all of the programs, and to be able to independent thinking. So if you are curious about some of the independent tasking, we have here is like on day 7, things that I have completed, conducting interviews, expanding your network with individuals that you are connected to, and then task like utilizing different AI programs to assist you in adapting your task to making them more involved, easier and faster to do, and by allowing a space of learning and expansion where you may have not been able to like push your own creativity to come up with like the ideas that you're wanting to express through your work. And so utilizing these different modes of creativity, you are cutting down your time that that you're putting into the work, but you're still using your own creative ideas, you're still using your own words and expression, and you're putting it into a format that helps you learn to adapt and grow your own way of thinking and to expand your own way of creativity. And it gives you ideas that you may have not been able to achieve just on your own. So as you do these different tasks, it kind of pushes you into a new space of thinking. It also, without going back and forth, so like here, this is a 10-minute conversation. Many of you know these as my 10-minute talks. That's on Let's Talk About It. And what this is it gives you, brief overviews of how you can utilize these topics to learn, grow, and adapt yourself, your own character development, your own way of thinking, and how to, expand your way of doing things. And so you can utilize these for like little mini launching pads of learning new things for your own growth and development and expansion. It teaches you how to do story posts, it teaches you how to do interviews, and it teaches you how to socialize and develop yourself into an independent nature that you may have had a hard time nurturing. And so step by step, it increases your development of personality almost. I'm going to go down here a little further. I'm on day 31, I think it is. I have just completed these tasks. The workplace of tomorrow is wherever you are, connected by technology and driven by purpose. And so this is an expansion post that helps individuals to learn to, be creative thinking and to visualize how their future could be different, by connecting with technology or finding your driven purpose. And so by creating posts that are interactive, they help you connect with other individuals that may be looking for ideas associated with the workplaces of tomorrow and how it can be adapted to anywhere that you are as a remote work if you wanted to know more about remote work. Let's see. It looks like I have completed half of these. Some of them I have not. I'm still working on some of the interviews. But, like discussing and understanding the basics of financial independence. And so, as individuals, who may not be living on their own yet, um, you know, not knowing what the world is like out there and having this 10-minute conversation with an AI assistive chatbot who is very personable, very knowledgeable, contains much conscious information that, people are in need of having, that expansive push to, have better understanding or comprehensive views of, how life can change. So this is discussing and understanding the basics of financial independence. And so for individuals who are wanting to learn more about becoming financially independent and knowing the steps of doing that, having this 10-minute conversation is an eye opener to those who are wanting to learn more about that. And here we have, expanding our networking a little bit more. I'm going to skip forward to, let's go to like day 40. That is the last day before the end of this session of level 1 of teacher training. And so in many of the other days, we have tasks that we are learning with Claude AI. And what Claude AI is an app development program that you can develop very useful apps by just using very specific prompting and description to assign and align your creativity and creative thought to developing this task. And then I personally have used it for quite a few so far. Just yesterday I did something on my own and I developed a cognitive and memory developing app that has games on it for conscious development. And so that was pretty cool. I was pretty impressed with myself that I had created that. Let's see. There's many, about every few days, there's a task that steps into watching TEDx talks and what you can gain and obtain from those conversations, how to learn and develop and grow from those. They're very useful. But mostly, this is just giving you an inside look because there are many individuals that are like, well, what are you doing whenever you're talking about teacher training? We're not just getting online and, willying around having fun chatting online. There is very intensive work that goes into these tasks, learning and developing your own personal growth and assessment of where you want to go and what you want to do, and how to adapt those growths with AI and how it can benefit as assistive technology. So anyway, I'm going to return back to my main screen. And that is, that's all I really have for you today. I just wanted to share a little bit about my journey. So far, it has been a really great experience. I very much enjoy being in the classroom. As many of those who are familiar with me know, that I have been continuously learning and growing and adapting all of my work skills, soft skills and large skills for growth and adapting to my callings and my needs of developing myself to be able to further share with the world how to grow, how to develop. Teaching classes online worldwide requires you to have many skill sets, so that you can connect with many individuals on all different levels. It requires the expansive knowledge of being able to connect with people on levels of where they are, whether it is on a beginning or basis or advanced learner. And so as an individual that is not always at 100%. I have had downfalls and uprises myself, and going through this course has helped push me kind of out of a gray zone that I'd kind of fallen back into, not really, entirely sure with where my social platforms were going. Kind of losing a little bit of sight of my own growth and expansion, which a lot of individuals are like, whatever, but it does happen, even for those who are highly developed and adapting to future growth. And so I have had wonderful experiences with taking the teacher training courses that has helped reestablish confidence building, expanding back into my podcast, and looking forward to how I am going to further assist the Rehan Academy with expanding into the United States with their programs. And so learning a more in-depth look on how I am going to need to be educated in order to do that is very important. But with that, I am just going to close out my conversation now, because I feel like um, I want to keep this brief so that it is very digestible for those who are watching it. And I thank you for taking the time for being with me. And, just remember that opening our minds, our hearts, and our horizons into evolving education is very important. And for personal development of, self-support, motivation, and growth, where there are many individuals around the world that don't have the support that is necessary in this. It is my privilege and pleasure to be able to be a part of this worldwide. And I thanks for joining you with me here today, to give you a more inside view of, myself and my own growth and development and participation. And thanks for joining me on the sneak peek. And until next time, namaste. Take care and bye-bye.